today, shorty.
And I'm trying to hide my time.
Nah, man, let it out. What you talking about, man? We about to be icy. You see, I got the rings on. You feel
I
me?
see. Hey, you
Yeah,
want to
man.
shoot some Freddy
Yeah.
Festus.
I'm gonna come out with the watch on next week. I don't even know, man. They ain't ready for this yet.
I'm gonna come out with the BCS watch on, the black, all black thing.
The
We ain't want it.
BCS,
Who's
yeah. All right, what's going on, everybody? What it do, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Lucky Underdogs Podcast, brought to you by Believe Network and Good Men Productions. I would say as always, but I took a little vacay last week, so I can't say as always. You here with your boy Devin, but I'm back. I'm feeling good and refreshed. Yeah,
Boy,
how
back.
you feeling?
I'm good, man. It's your boy CJ. We back, and it's the Lucky Underdogs. Or we bringing up the guys who don't get the highlights, don't get the media attention, who always gonna play with the chip on their shoulder. So, man, those are guys we trying to highlight in this podcast, man. We happy to be here. Happy to have you back, my guy.
Yeah, man. I'm not too man enough to say I missed you, bro. I missed you, man. You know what I'm saying? I missed this here.
Always miss my dog.
Always, man.
Always.
And them Irish had us a little nervous this weekend. This is the second week in a row, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know if my heart can take all of this, brother.
Man, listen, I've been having a hard go, man. Every Saturday night, I'm just over here yelling at the phone, because I can't even watch it on TV right now. I'll be so nervous. I gotta watch it on my phone to see. I gotta make sure I can see everything. And like, man, we've been looking bad, bro. Like we've been going. Like, we've been regressing. And I'm not really liking the way we've been looking, especially after that Duke game, because man, anybody who watched that game, you know that if we playing against Duke, we should blow Duke out. I don't care if Duke is the ranked number 5 team in the country. We should blow Duke out. All right.
For sure.
And then for them to miss 2 field goals, miss, all these missed opportunities, and they basically just gave us the ball in the first half and we didn't do nothing with it. We scored 10 points. And it was like, man, what we doing?
No, it wasn't anything that we were used to seeing, honestly. I feel like we kind of got a little spoiled this season so far with the efficiency of the execution of the offense. We kind of got a little used to that, Now we've been playing some defenses that got the scheme out on us. The scheme is out, you know what I mean? The book is out on Sam Hartman a little bit. I mean, he's been playing in college for years. So this is also a team that's seen him many times before. Absolutely. So it's not like, it wasn't like this was their first crack at Sam Hartman, you know what I mean? And not to say that he just was not the best. I mean, he did what he needed to do, especially in that last drive for us to win the game. So, hats off. You get it done. It don't matter how you get it done, as long as you get it done. It ain't got to be pretty. You just got to get it done.
And I mean, and I guess, as just an offensive guy, and I think we had Malik on here talking about it last week. It's like, we brought this guy in here. We got this guy on the Dove commercials. We got him on all the Subway commercials.
Yeah,
wow, and we run now. We running the ball. We run the ball for 75% of the game. I mean, I get it. The final drive, he stepped up. He did what he had to do. He won us the game. And obviously, at the end of the day, a win's a win. I'm not going to sit here and complain about a win, but we playing Duke. And it wasn't like Duke was like giving us their best game. Duke probably.
But here's what I'll say though.
Duke came out there and the defense played all right. I'll get
the defense was doing their thing.
The defense played all right, but we missed a lot of opportunities. We had six false starts.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. I mean, I think honestly, we can't underestimate Duke football this year. As crazy as that sounds, we can't underestimate it, and we also can't underestimate they got the Cameron Crazies down there, so it's them same students. It's that same energy. So if they brought that a little bit to the football field, I can see how it could have been a little tough for them to play out there. I can see how that could have been a slight overwhelming in the sense of that's not what we was expecting. Like, we ain't think it was going to be jumping like this.
What's the name of the stadium? What's the name of the football stadium? Remember?
Hey, listen, man. Listen.
Remember the basketball stadium?
It's named after a great. I know that. I know it's named after a Duke football great. I know that much. That was actually one of the first visits, the first football game I went to as a recruit was Duke versus NC State in 2011.
Mm.
And there was probably about 10 to 15,000 people in the stands. Like that joint was empty, bro. Like I'm walking through the stands, like it's more people in my high school game than this.
Oh,
So
yeah,
to
yeah.
see the transformation and to see that energy now, I can only imagine how rocking it was in there, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Hey,
rocking.
I think I visited Duke. I think it was like the same kind of thing. I fell asleep at the game. That game was so boring. I
Yeah,
fell asleep.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, it was like I think it was like 10,000 kids, 10,000 people there, and it was
yeah,
almost like a D3 school at that point. It wasn't even real like football. It was like
yeah. Nah,
yeah, nah.
yeah. We
And then,
ain't going.
and I think that's the point I was trying to make. Like, dude, man, we just got it's. I think for me it's hard because it's like, man, I seen that side of Duke, and it's like, bro, they showed us that side of that whole first half. They showed us
Yeah,
that whole first. They showed us that they was not they was Duke. All right, then all of a sudden, second half they pick it up because we kept giving them chances to come on back. We just could have put them down, but hey. I mean, I'll give credit to Duke. They came and played hard, but man, we should have blown them out.
yeah,
I'm gonna stand on that. I'm standing on that. We should have at least by halftime it should have been 24 zip because that's the way the opportunities that we got. Man,
yeah. No, I
we
mean,
got
when
it.
you look at it though, we was 3 of 15 on third down.
Mm,
Like that's atrocious numbers right there. Like
yeah.
it's tough to win like that, brother. Like it's very tough to win when you can't keep the drives going alive like that.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right.
But one thing that I will say that I was thoroughly impressed with, I'll say I was impressed with the way the DBs have been playing. Like
Oh,
I still
absolutely.
have real high regard for that man. I mean, I think I said Xavier Watts was the underdog player of the week a couple weeks ago, but the way he balling, bro, he might not be no underdog no more. He might be then graduated, Slim. Like,
Ministry after
yeah,
18 ministry after especially that game,
yeah,
played his tail off, and then
yeah. That
I mean
interception was beautiful, bro. That was beautiful. That
he
was
had
teach
he
deep
almost
right
had
there,
another
dog.
one. And he
Yeah.
almost had another one, like just because he playing hard, playing the right way, and almost fell right into his hands. So,
Hmm.
that's how it goes sometimes, man. And I mean, let's not. Let's definitely shout out Howard Cross, man.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
dude
doing his
has
thing.
been balling. He's been balling every game, and D tackles that position, bro. They'll be balling every game. You wouldn't know, but then he'll have a game like this. You like, yo, that dude's real. But he's doing
Yeah.
it every single game. He's taking on those double teams every game, and they ain't going nowhere. They see every time you see him hit a double team, it just stop. The line just stop right
Hmm.
there. Man, that dude's been playing his tail off, and him at that center of that defense. It's the reason why we can stay in these games because he's been really making a lot of plays, man. So shout out to that big dude down there.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I love to see when you look at the defensive box, when you look at like the box scores and you see those tackles real nice and spread out across the defense, that's the mark of a great defense. When you don't have just one person that's getting force fed all the tackles. I mean, obviously, you got instances where you got your Jalen Smiths where they're
Right.
gonna go and get, their lines on the prairie. But when you got dudes that's where everybody, we got 3, 4 guys and 9+ tackles, like that's a beautiful thing. That's good defense. Dudes is running to the ball. What do you
Yeah.
think? What you think about Riley Leonard, man? What you think?
Keep
What you think
tackle.
about that Duke quarterback though? Because that's my I mentioned it before. He's got a slight connection to him. My high school kicker, Danny Leonard, that's his little cousin. So he
Mm-hmm.
was running around some of my high school games back in the day. I kind of remember him a little bit, but I like his toughness though. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah, no,
the boy tough.
he tough cat. I'm not gonna, obviously I'm not gonna take I gotta look at some more film on him. Obviously, I
Mhm.
think we had a great plan for him, especially in that first half. So we took away most of his game. So we didn't really get to see him in full effect. But I mean, if he gets to the league, that's what it's gonna be like.
Mhm.
They're gonna try to take away your best parts of your game. Um, and so you're gonna have to kind of step up in those moments. And to me, he didn't really step up that well. So we'll see how we'll see how it go. I mean, obviously he played really well against Clemson, and other teams like that in other teams. But I mean, when the lights was on, you know, uh,
Yeah.
national television, we ain't see the best. And obviously, I hope I hope he's good
Hope
with
he's
the injury
healthy.
and
Yeah.
everything. Hope he's healthy. I wish him the best. Wish him the best in his career because he's a hell of a player. But
Mhm.
obviously we had a really good I think we had a really good plan for him. I mean, I think we got a really good plan for start just for running quarterbacks in general. Just was even with NC State, we really did a good job. So I think it's just gonna be tough for any running quarterback on us. But I mean, I think he's a good player. We got to see. I need to see a little bit more film on him before I have a real judgment on him. But from the game the other night, I'm not sold on him. Not sold.
Yeah.
He,
All right, I
he
can
said
dig
the
that.
cross player, right? He looked like a lacrosse player on Saturday.
Yeah, he definitely do. I mean, he's a tough dude. Like he give me them Taysom Hill kind of vibes. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
mean,
maybe not as tough as Taysom
no,
Hill,
I mean,
but
but the
still,
thing is, like
tough
Taysom,
too.
I'll give it to he probably up there, like, but Taysom Hill, he cold, he
Yeah,
cold.
no, he's still,
He's not the
man.
best quarterback.
We was on Taysom Hill head when he came to Notre
He
Dame
wasn't the
Stadium,
best
though.
quarterback. He wasn't the best
Yeah,
quarterback. He wasn't the best
we was
quarterback.
on him though.
I'm telling you, every time he came to Notre Dame, we was locking him up. So
But that
I
was
guess
my first quarterback hurry against Taysom Hill. My first career quarterback hurry against Taysom Hill,
I better
freshman year.
hurry him because he was
Yeah.
gonna run that thing.
Yeah, I was on him though. What you mean? He couldn't go nowhere. He had to get rid of it. Yeah, he said, "Oh, said this young boy on me. Let me get rid of it." Oh, snap.
Take the sack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They don't be
All
trying to
right,
get rid of them sack too easy, man.
man. So let's talk about some quarterback battles that we had. One of the big quarterback battles this weekend, USC versus Colorado, man. That was a battle right there. I mean, it turned into a battle late. It was a show off event at the beginning. I'm always it hurts me to do this. Caleb Williams went to my high school. I coached him when he was a sophomore. So it's like, as long as they not playing Notre Dame, he's gonna get all the love from me. Hey, y'all can be mad all you want. Listen, that's my little
Listen,
homie. That's a
Caleb
young
was
eagle right there.
he a transfer, bro. You can't even he more like he basically like a paid player at this point. So I can't even really be mad at him for playing at USC. He just like
Yeah,
they just paid him the most money. So he like I
for
can't be mad at
sure.
him. I can't be mad. He just getting the
Can't
bag.
be
He getting his
getting
bag.
it.
Right? He
Big
getting
bag, capital
big bag.
B.
Oh yeah, big.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. So he in LA with it. So I mean that was a business
yeah.
decision on his part. So I get it. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
I was in his position, I probably would have done the same thing because it's like my coach going to USC. I'm already the starter at Oklahoma. I'm gonna get more money at USC with my coach. I might as well go to USC. I'm sorry.
Bro was in Paris Fashion Week this year, man. Like, bro be out here, man. Little dude be out here, Slim. Like, you wasn't
Oh
gonna
man,
get that if you was at Oklahoma. If you was at
nah,
Oklahoma, they ain't gonna have an Oklahoma quarterback at New York
nah.
Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week.
You going to the Texas State Fair this weekend? You going
Yeah.
to the State Fair this weekend?
Oh, dang,
you
Slim.
going-
Oh
you got the
man,
red
you did
room.
it
You got the
big.
red room shit out this weekend. You going to Texas State Fair? That's as far as you
Yeah,
going.
that's
You
it,
ain't
bro.
going.
That's it, man. But that battle though, I mean, Caleb is super impressive. Like,
Yeah,
I think it's hard pressed to see. I think he's probably one of the best quarterback prospects to come out of college in a long time. Like, I don't know if
absolutely
that's like favoritism.
nah,
It
bro.
might be a little biased, but dude is special,
He's
bro.
the
Like,
real
he's
deal.
just
And then and just this like the age of quarterbacks we in right now with the creativity,
mhm.
mobility. He fits that, but he fits that mold. And the quick release, he fits he literally has everything you would want in a NFL quarterback. So he's the Pat Mahomes build, basically, and so
Yeah, he gives me I
he's the
used
guy
to
for
think he
sure.
was a cross between Pat Mahomes and Russell Wilson, like prime
Mhm.
Russ. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he's got that kind of creativity, that
Yeah.
type of leadership, that like and the arm strength too. Shorty got a cannon, like
Yeah, he got a
a
cannon.
cannon.
And it's like a subtle too. It's not like I'm throwing it. It's just like
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
quick thing.
yeah,
It's like those are the ones that you like. Yeah, he's putting some. It's good. It's a good catch for the
yeah.
receiver. The receiver just like
Mm-hmm.
I like this. Like so, I feel. I mean,
Yeah,
USC receiver is living a good life right now for sure.
always, man. But in Colorado, they
I'm
doing their
saying
thing. That boy Shador is doing his thing. Like, and my biggest thing is next year. I know for a fact they're gonna have at least 3 receivers that's 6'2 plus,
Mhm.
200 pounds plus, because that's all they're missing right now.
Yeah,
Like
they
the O
got
line and all that is cool, but they got these little receivers that are fast, but they can't break arm tackles because they're smaller. So
yeah,
once you get you some bigger bodies in there, they breaking those first arm tackles, and those plays is getting extended like they were at the beginning of the season. Now
And
it's the middle of the season. Dudes is
yeah,
tackling now. Like we
yeah,
doing
exactly.
tackling drills now.
The receivers, they're not lifting as much. You know, they just over there
Mhm.
getting skinnier and skinnier. But obviously that Colorado defense has got to be the. I mean, if the Colorado offense can get any better, they're gonna have to put up 70 points just for them to win games at this point. Like, you feel me? Like that defense is just kind of atrocious right now. And they gotta be able to stop. They can't stop a nosebleed. So man, they gotta figure something out. But that Shador and that offense, it's cold. Even without a big body receiver, a guy that really take some possession catches, they still just explosive, crazy explosive. They can score anytime. And him outside the pocket, he's just as creative as Caleb. I mean, in the way the ball and the way he just slings it outside the pocket, it's like it's
Yeah, that
beautiful.
was That was one thing that I've been excited to see from him more lately as the season's gone on. Because in the beginning of the year, he was taking a lot of sacks for me. Like he was taking too many sacks. He was holding on to the ball. He wasn't running. It got to the point where I'm like, can he run? Is he slow? Like, do he not have pop speed? Do
Nah,
he not have that foot? But now it's become a necessity. And somebody then told him, hey, player, you've been sacked 22 times this year. Like that's the most in the FBS. And that might be because of your O-line, but you got to get rid of the ball, player. Like,
yeah,
or you got to run. You got to get something positive out of these plays. You can't keep getting negative plays. And I think that, for me personally, that was one thing that was setting him back. For me, was he took too many negative plays,
mhm.
But he definitely does his thing. Like the way he reads defenses, and he doesn't make just terrible decisions when he throws the ball. You know what I
No,
mean? So
and
he
the
got
ball
a tremendous amount of upside.
it comes out like a laser too, bro. Like it's like the moment it come out his arm, it's like right to the receiver on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he like
I
he
think
does.
he still needs to stay another year, though. I think
No,
he
for
needs
sure.
another year. Yeah.
No, he just I think mentally, physically, just
Mm-hmm.
playing at this level. Obviously he was, playing. He'd already been playing, and he got the confidence and stuff. But I think just another year seeing it, and being at the level he's gonna be at, yeah, I think he'll
Yeah.
be different. He'll definitely
Yeah,
be
and I
different.
think they got something to prove too. I think they're
Yeah,
gonna have something to prove next year. He's
yeah.
gonna be coming for that. They'll be in the Big 12 next year. Think he's definitely gonna try to get, Big 12 offensive player of the year. He's trying to get some
I, I
All-American status. Like,
definitely
yeah.
trying to get the Heisman for sure.
So
Even
yeah,
even
man.
even this year, it's not out the pitch. I mean, out the picture completely. I
Yeah.
mean, probably that the record might take him out of it,
Mhm.
but stats wise, he might be up there for sure.
But you know who's balling despite their team losing though? I like that LSU quarterback.
Oh yeah, that boy cold.
Shawty cold, man.
He
He kind
moved,
of
he
like,
moved, he moved real smooth. Like I was like, oh,
yeah.
you don't think he gonna make that move? He's like, oh, he just slide to the left and he just get a little
Mhm.
couple extra yards. Like, oh, he's smooth. He's
Yeah, he's
smooth.
kind of like a less jiggy Lamar.
Yeah,
Like
I was thinking.
he
I was
doesn't get as jiggy, but he
yeah.
does get loose though. You know.
Yeah, I think with Lamar, like people underestimate how fast he really is. Like Lamar really like a 4.3 running like running 4.3 type. He might not have ran at the combine none, but he really running like 4.3 on the field. Like and he'll
He
move
got football
sideways and
speed.
still be you feel me running like 4.3. So I think that's the only like he jiggy like him, but he ain't got that like just burst that Lamar got, but he still he gets loose out there, and
Yeah,
Coach Kelly
and it
offense, it kind of like fits him perfectly because Coach Kelly
definitely.
wants a running quarterback who can be mobile and then create and look down the field. So that's perfect for that's the perfect quarterback for that offense.
And he got two bona fide receivers. I mean, LSU always got
No,
receivers.
LSU, yeah.
Like always, them USC, like those
Ohio
wide
State,
receiver use. Yeah. Oh, State, sheesh, yeah,
Ohio
that's wide
State, Ohio
receiver.
State is I think the wide receiver you just off of development like that. Their
Yeah.
receiver coach is like legendary as far as development.
But
They got
LSU in recent years though has been going nuts. Like
No,
they've been going
LSU,
crazy with these
LSU got
receivers.
them dogs. LSU got them dogs. But I just think the development of the receivers at Ohio State is
Yeah.
just I mean with Terry McLaughlin, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave.
Yeah.
I mean it's you can go on
Yeah,
Mike
no,
Thomas. Like them boys is just
they a factory. It's a factory over there.
outrunners.
No questions. No questions.
Outrunners.
It's a
Yeah,
factory, and they still producing them. Feel me? They
yeah.
still pumping
They
them
still
out.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Uh, So, all right. So, what you think is the best conference in college football this year? Because it's been like as I look at the top 25, it's pretty evenly spread out. I want to
Yeah.
say, like especially in the top 10, you got 3 Pac-12 teams, you got 3 Big 10 teams, you got a Big 12 team, an ACC team, an SEC team.
Mm.
So it's
I mean,
nice and and then it's just weird that this is the last year that it's really gonna that these conferences are even gonna look like this.
yeah, the next year is gonna be completely different.
Totally
Like
different. Totally different.
it's gonna be probably like 4 SEC teams, and then it's gonna be no Pac-12 team. Even like it's gonna be all
None, not a Pac-12 team in sight.
not one in sight. So but I mean, I think this year, man, just I'm not gonna mention the best team that I think is playing right now, but the Big Ten, man, they looking strong. They're looking strong. Uh, you know, I think they just overall they're playing the whole conference as a whole. With Ohio State. I'm not gonna mention another one because I won't mess with them at all.
Yeah, but Penn
You know,
State, Penn State strong
yeah,
too. They're undefeated.
like
Yeah.
that I think they're gonna be good because I think the SEC is real spread out this year. I
Mhm.
think a lot of talent spread out just throughout the whole conference. I think Georgia obviously is still the top dog. Bama's still looking good. I think they're gonna figure it out probably. Later through the year, the defense will probably get it going at some point. But
They need Tommy
yeah,
Reese's
yeah,
no, he might get ran up out of Tuskegee,
I was
man.
about
I
to
ain't
say
gonna lie.
he
They
might be in the
might
hot
they
about
might be they already might have him for sale signs in his yard
yeah. I'm already
like Coach
that
had
house
on
they got
Friday Night
on.
Lights.
That house they got on that might be getting ready already up on the market. So I think for sure the Big Ten right now is just looking like they're gonna be the most consistent through the year, just with those 3 top teams for sure.
Yeah, I think the Pac-12 is definitely going to be. They might end this as as the best. Like they probably going to have. I can see them with 2 teams in the playoffs this year, bro.
They
Or
could
I don't know because somebody's going to have to lose in the
the
title.
title game.
But
Do they still
if
have a title
Oregon,
game still?
I'm pretty sure they still. Yeah, I think they
Maybe
still
not.
do. But if Oregon finishes undefeated, because you got Oregon, SC, Washington.
Washington
Even
looking good.
Washington State's undefeated right now.
I think
So
Oregon State's good
between
too.
Oregon State 4-1. So
Yeah.
between you got 4 undefeated teams in the Pac-12 right now.
Mm.
They got 4 of them, and they all look good. I don't
And
know
then
how many of them all play each other, but
I mean, I think they all end up playing each other at some point. I think it's like the Pac North and the South. I think it's the Pac-12 North
yeah,
and South. But you don't forget Utah too. I know they might have lost a couple, but they always got
yeah,
a
they
just a good
lost
team.
one. Yeah, they
They
just
are
lost
they
to
always
Oregon State, I think.
yeah, they lost to Oregon State, but they always can be a team that can just show up and beat you. So I mean
Mhm.
that's definitely a strong conference this year, even though everybody leaving after next year. like,
Yeah, yeah,
like
it's gonna be interesting to see. But I think they definitely think the Pac-12 is going to be the best conference in football this year. I think
yeah,
and when you look at it, they got the best quarterback play,
no,
like
for sure.
like bar none. Like they
I
got
know with
three
Caleb Penn.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, and then who's
You got Penix, Bo
Penix,
Nix,
Wait,
Caleb
Bo Nix, that's
Williams.
right. And then Caleb
Yeah,
Williams, I forgot the top QB play, man.
yeah, yeah.
So how we looking, man? Are we? I'm
We got
not.
Louisville coming up.
I'm not feeling too confident because I just feel like we had that Ohio State emotional game,
Mhm.
and then we came out against Duke, a very emotional game as well, and we had a chance to just blow Duke out the water. We just kind of let them stick around the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm not, I'm feeling like this. I feel like, we got to really circle the wagons right now because we in that point where we can go, you can kind of go either way right now. Either we come out super flat against Louisville, which I really think we are. I think we're gonna come out extremely flat just because we went through 2 emotional games. Now we got, another power. Now we got another good team coming in, whatever. And then we got to play USC the week after. So now, where's our mind really at? So now, I think we're gonna come out flat against Louisville, man. I'm not. I'm not very confident. I mean, I think we're gonna win the game in the end, but I think it's not gonna be the momentum we need to be going to play this USC team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one. I mean, traveling to Louisville, definitely not an easy place to play. I played there when I was at Syracuse. It was Lamar's last year, and it wasn't pretty. Yeah. But yeah, Louisville is not an easy place to play at. And I saw something on Twitter, man. I don't know if they out here just trying to do a psych job on the Notre Dame football, but Sam Hartman had 6 turnovers in the third quarter alone the last time he played at Louisville.
How's that possible? 6.
I think he threw 2 picks and then 4 sack fumbles. Like, yeah, it wasn't bad. It was bad, bro. Like, it was bad, bro. Like, it was
6?
real bad. So all I'm hoping is, I mean, he's a mature dude. So I'm hoping that that's not like on his mind, that he's not worrying about that in the back of his head, he's not letting any of that noise get to him. He seems like that's
some great shit. I ain't gonna lie. 6 turnovers in one quarter.
It was crazy, bro. It was crazy, bro.
That's
it was crazy when I seen it. Like when I'm watching the clips on Twitter, I'm like, yo, no way. It's first of all, 6 possessions. 6 possessions in a quarter alone. It's crazy.
It's insane.
and then to give it up, like
yo, how many times did they score?
Yeah, no, it was like 13-13 at the beginning, and then by the end it was 42-13, bro. Like, yeah. They got and this was when Wake Forest was ranked 10th in the nation.
Ooh.
Yeah. But that's all right though, because that was a Wake Forest offensive line. That wasn't a Notre Dame offensive line.
Yeah, for sure.
That wasn't a Notre Dame offensive line. That wasn't All-Americans. That wasn't first-round draft picks blocking. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you one thing, Sam Hartman. You throw 2 picks, your ass coming out that game. They gonna listen. You ain't on your Wake Forest leash the way you can. They can pull away a little bit. Nah, you throw 2 picks in the third quarter. They can be like, all right, we're gonna be looking for what's going on.
Jelly. Jelly. Next man in.
You go down 21. You throw 3 picks and a sack fumble. They can be like, all right, and Jelly, you go ahead, warm up, bro. We gonna get this guy up out of here. I don't know what's going on, but we can't risk it.
Yeah, it get rough. It could get rough, man. It could definitely get rough. But I got faith in them boys. I think they're gonna pull it out. I think they're gonna definitely turn up. I got faith in Coach Freeman and the way that his staff is gonna have them prepared. I mean, I know Coach Golden is gonna have the defense on point. The defense has definitely been on point, you know what I'm saying, this whole year. So it's really just a matter of the execution. I mean, I don't want to point fingers at the wide receivers, but we just gotta
grow up.
Yeah. We gotta make them plays. We gotta make plays.
I ain't gonna mention no names. 5, grow up. That's it, man. I can't. Ain't nothing else to say. 5, like, hey, listen, man. You got everything that anybody could want. I don't know. They said you run like a 4.3. You about 6'5". Go get the ball, man. Go catch the ball. Go make some plays. Like that's all it comes down to. I mean, you young kid, but you play. You got that. You wearing that gold helmet. It's a standard, and you touch that field. It's a standard. You got to uphold, and you wasn't upholding that standard on Saturday against Duke. Them boys, because those not the best players you're gonna play against. I can tell you that. You're gonna play against a lot better players. I mean, ain't nothing no knock against Duke. They had some real good players out there, but listen, man, some of the guys, even USC, the guys you're gonna see gonna be better than that. So, man, listen, you gotta grow up. 5. That's all I can say. Gotta grow up.
Yeah. It's about that time. It's hitting that time of the season where dudes is really gonna differentiate themselves. This is when some people start to falter, and this is when some people start to rise to the cream of the crop. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, man. I'm excited to see. I'm gonna be tuned in. How about them Cowboys with that spanking they put on the Patriots on Sunday? I can't let us leave out without that. I can't let us leave out without mentioning that one.
I got these Seahawks on right now. Let me see what they're doing, man. I gotta see how my
Seahawks. Yeah. Check in with them, man. Well, we're gonna tune back in with y'all next week. Appreciate y'all always for tuning in, whether it's on Bally Sports, on YouTube, or Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Again, this is the Lucky Underdogs podcast, brought to you by Believe Network and Good Men Productions. It's your boy DB.
CJ, I'm out of here, man. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.